So it's fair to say that this fall and winter, I have been wearing a lot of the Amen line from Teddy Mugler. Today, I'm going to go over my favorite one.
I finally found what I'm missing, and now you got all my attention. Driving me wild, got me wishing that you were all mine. You're irresistible, so refreshing. You're irresistible. The essence. I can feel your energy all over me. Close my eyes and I breathe in. You're irresistible.
Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. I'm your host, Cam. Make sure that you're subscribed, activate that notifications bell, and follow us on Instagram at cam.byrd. For those of you who've been following me on IG and looking at my SOTD or scent of the day, you've been seeing me posting a lot of the Amen line. Whether it's Cryptomint, the original Amen, Pure Malt, Pure Coffee, Pure Leather, or Pure Havane, I have decided that Pure Havane is my favorite one. Now, if you're a fan of the original Amen DNA, you will get a little bit of that DNA in every single one of this line, whether it's Pure Tonka or Pure Wood. I mean, there's so many different ones that it can get a little confusing. And yes, with all of them having that, that boozy DNA that was there from day one in the OG, it's kind of hard to decipher a little bit. So one thing that I did find along the way to come to actually talk about Pure Havane being my very favorite out of the Amen line was a trip to Pure Leather. Pure Leather actually took the original DNA, amplified the leather, and it is the best performing Amen. So I was on the ropes a little bit because of that performance factor. But then when you lure me in with booziness, brings me to Pure Malt. But then you take booziness with tobacco and honey, what's left? Pure Havane. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and yes, it's been in a couple lineups. I've mentioned about reformulation, and yes, it is an issue, at least or especially to my knowledge, with Pure Malt and Pure Havane. But even with the new or reformulation, I'm still getting 7.5, 8 hours of longevity and a little over an hour and a half of projection, which is not bad for a designer fragrance that you can buy for less than $100. This has all the makings of a perfect fragrance, especially for like everybody loves to wear this one in the fall. I like to wear it in the winter as well. You just have to apply it a little bit heavier and to plow through like extremely cold weather, which we don't get a buttload of in North Carolina to begin with. This one actually has like a cherried honey tobacco. And when I say that, cherried honey tobacco, it is actually pretty much that. And if you took like, here we go, it also has cacao in it. So take like a chocolate that has a cherry in it, throw some sweetened tobacco with drizzled honey, boom, there you go. It also has a booziness about it. It definitely is leaning in the gourmand territory. You do pick up a little bit of that cacao. You definitely get like some booziness in there. This is just a really sexy and fun fragrance. Something else that you're gonna get at the forefront of this fragrance is like a very woody vanilla mixed with the boozy accords and the tobacco and the honey and the cherry and everything. It's just like cacao, yum, 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 yum. Delicious fragrance. Sexy fragrance, definitely date night worthy, hanging out with the boys, whatever. This is a very versatile fragrance in my opinion, especially in the cooler weather or even, like mild weather. I still think that this is mild enough to wear, like in 60-degree weather, and still, you can wear it in 50, 40-degree weather as well. But the colder it is, the heavier you're probably gonna need to apply it because it has been reformulated and doesn't project as good as it used to. Pure Havane is a masculine fragrance. It's a cozy fragrance. And even though I mentioned that it might have a little bit of, like performance and projection problems versus the older formulations, it's still going to be putting off enough that is going to invite somebody to get closer to you. So that is going to make it work to your advantage for that coziness of this fragrance. This is definitely not a fragrance that you want to wear if you take yourself very seriously. I don't at all. This is come on, look. Would a guy that takes himself overly serious want a rubber flask fragrance? Probably not, but who knows? Not judging, but for me, some people think these are really tacky presentations. I've actually grown kind of fond of them myself, so yeah, they are kind of hard to spray at first if you're not used to how to spray them. But hey, once you get the hang of it, nothing to it. Pure Havane was released in 2011. The notes are fresh tobacco leaves, honeyed tobacco accord, vanilla notes, patchouli, and bitter cacao. And to me, when I mention the boozy accord, even though it is not a listed note, to me, it smells almost like a cognac infused tobacco leaf with some honey. If that even makes any sense, even though it's not officially listed that way, that's actually how it smells to my nose. So I haven't had the luxury of playing around with different, oils to make a fragrance. I see a lot of people that are able to do that. And actually I want to, actually just start getting those oils so I can become more familiar with different aroma chemicals. But what I do have is a certification in bartending mixology. So if I was to make Pure Havane into a mixed drink, this is how I'd go about it. I would take some cognac infused tobacco leaves. I would take some maraschino cherries, throw them in there, pour some vanilla extract in there, take me a little bit of dried cocoa and put that in there, drizzle me some honey in there, stir it up real nice with another shot of cognac over the top, and boom, there's you a Pure Havane drink. So I'm not a master perfumer, but if I was to make Pure Havane a drink, I think that's how I'd go about doing it. So during this journey, I've had a lot of fun smelling all of the Amen line that I possibly could. I actually have a few of them in decants. I have several of them in full presentation now, but I have decidedly that Pure Havane is my favorite. If you enjoyed today's episode and had a little bit of fun, make sure that you share this content with a friend. And in closing, be disruptive, wear what you want, when you want, have fun. Make sure that you're subscribed to Carolina Fragrance Reviews, activate that notifications bell, smash that like button, leave us some comments down below. We'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.